Hey y'all, today we're going to show you all the different ways that you can cook eggs. Okay, the first thing I'm going to show you all how to do is how to boil an egg. I'm going to show you how to do a soft boiled and a hard boiled. And really the only difference between the two is about 6 minutes. Okay, the first ingredient you're going to need to boil eggs is eggs, that's it. I have some large white chicken eggs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my flame on, and I'm going to drop a couple eggs in this one pot, and then the other. But when they come up to a boil, I'm going to set a timer. And basically, I'm going to turn it down to like not a super crazy boil. The first one's going to go for 4 minutes. The second one's going to go for 10 minutes. And we'll check the internals and see how they come out. Okay, my pots have just come up to a boil. I'm going to set my timer. Soft boiled 4 minutes, turning it down a little bit. Doesn't have to boil hard. And then my hard boiled eggs, I'm going to set for 10 minutes. Okay, so my 4 minutes are up on my soft boiled. And what I'm doing now is I'm straining the eggs. I'm actually going to put those eggs right back into the pot and give it a little swirl. And it's just a way to crack the eggs without burning my hands. And then I'm going to stop the cooking by putting some ice water on that. And I'm going to let that sit and cool down. And what's happening also right now is because I cracked the shell and I poured ice water over it, the water is going in between the egg and the shell, and that's going to help me peel it. Okay, so my 10 minutes are up. I'm going to drain my hard-boiled eggs, throwing it back in the pot. I'm just letting it crack in the pot, covering it with ice water, and then I'm going to let that sit and cool also. Okay, let's see if our soft-boiled eggs actually stayed soft. And what I mean by soft-boiled, the ideal is the egg yolk, the egg white is set, and the yolk is still soft, maybe a little bit runny. Oh my God, she is beautiful. Perfectly set, white, nice, soft, a little bit runny yolk. I will eat you later, hang on. Okay, let's see how our hard-boiled egg turned out. So this went for 4 minutes after it started boiling. This went for 10 minutes. All right, let's see. Also beautiful. Look at the difference in color in the yolk too. So this is just perfectly cooked all the way through, but not overcooked. Doesn't have that ugly green ring around the yolk. I will also eat you in a little while. All right, I'm happy. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to scramble eggs. First thing we're going to do is we're going to crack our eggs into a bowl. 1. To that, for my 3 eggs, I'm going to put about a tablespoon of half and half. And then I'm going to whisk this thoroughly. You really want to make sure that these are thoroughly beaten together. And we're going to move to the stove and scramble. Okay, so I have my non-stick pan, muy importante. I have a heat-proof spatula. You can scramble your eggs in either canola oil or any kind of vegetable oil. Really, you can scramble your eggs in any fat you want. I'm gonna do butter today. Not very much. It's probably about half a teaspoon. You don't want your You don't want your pan searing hot, but you do want it warm. It's gonna go in there. And then you don't want to scramble eggs over a high flame unless you enjoy the texture of rubber. And then what I'm doing is I'm just moving the eggs around, and I'm mostly pushing from the outside in. And you see what I'm doing here? I'm making curds. And if you really want like super soft, luscious curds, turn the flame down and take your time. Low and slow. And then another thing that you want to do for your perfectly scrambled eggs, when you're about here, mostly cooked, turn the flame off. Pan's still holding a lot of heat, and it will finish. Also near the end, when you turn the heat off, that's when you add your cheese. Don't add your cheese in the beginning because it's going to disappear, and that's just a sad thing. So these are just kind of like a, not soft, kind of a medium scrambled eggs. If you wanted them hard, just keep going until they're completely dried out and have a little bit of color to them. All right, scrambled eggs, done. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to make sunny side up eggs. Again, non-stick pan, a little bit heated up. I'm going to crack my eggs into a separate bowl. I'm not going to crack straight into the pan because I run the risk of getting a shell in there, which is a pain in the butt. There's one. There's two. No shell, I'm all good. I'm gonna fry in canola this time. Let that get a little bit hot. And then I'm gonna take my 2 eggs and I'm gonna just drop it right into the pan. And then really the trick to this is just making sure that you cook it to the doneness that you want. So, you know, a proper sunny has the egg whites are set and the yolks are still runny. Okay, this is done. The whites are set, the yolk is still very runny. And then all you do is whoop, slide that puppy out of the pan. That's your sunny. Okay, I'm going to show you how to make over easy eggs. First thing I'm doing is I'm cracking my eggs into a little bowl. I'm going to cook in canola oil again, get that warmed up a little bit. And then I'm going to drop my 2 eggs into my oily non-stick pan. And I'm going to let this go until the bottom is set. My eggs are set on the bottom. The eggs are the whites are mostly cooked. And then this is just like a finesse flip of the wrist situation that I'm very rusty at because I don't get to work the line anymore. But let's do this. Oh, I did it, yay! When you go to a restaurant and you get perfectly cooked over easy eggs, just remember, it takes a little bit of skill, you know? Don't take it for granted. I don't care where you're at. Like Denny's, is that a good egg? You respect that cook. All right, so that's set. Let's flip it back. We are good. Your whites are cooked. Your yolks are runny. And that is it. Et voila, over easy eggs. Okay, I'm going to show you how to baste eggs, which is actually a simpler way of kind of getting the same result as an over easy, so that you don't have to deal with that flipping thing and worrying about the yolks. So, cracking into my little bowl, 2 eggs. I got my truly non-stick pan, using a little canola oil. I got my 2 eggs. Pan is like hot but not crazy hot. I'm gonna drop that in here. And we're gonna start this off just like a sunny. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the whites again for the most part. And you're gonna achieve the same result as an over easy, where your egg whites are fully cooked, your yolks are still runny, but you don't have to do that tricky thing where you flip it over. So the whites are mostly set. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of water and I'm gonna go around the edge of the pan. And that's gonna create steam. Take another pan of equal size. I'm gonna put that right over that. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna steam the top so that the whites are completely cooked on both sides. That steaming process is just gonna take maybe about a minute. That's been about a minute and it's done. Look at that. Basted eggs. Ta-da! Now I'm going to show you how to poach eggs. To get started with this, you always want to make sure you have your pot, your vinegar, your eggs, your bowl, and a little strainer, or I prefer a slotted spoon. I'm just going to poach 3. I have probably about 6 cups of water in this pot, and it's coming to a boil. I'm going to add about a tablespoon, make that 2 tablespoons of just plain white vinegar. Any clear vinegar will work, and you want to use clear just so that your eggs don't turn a weird color. This is coming up to a boil. Once it comes up to a boil, I'm going to bring it down to about a medium simmer to cook these. I'm going to crack an egg into my little bowl, and then I'm going to drop this. I don't want a violent boil, and I'm going to drop my eggs into this water. And you can, if you want to, do the swirly thing. And what I mean by swirly thing is swirl the eggs so that the egg whites kind of all come together. But if you're doing multiple poached eggs at a time, you can't do that because you're just going to create a scrambled mess. So I say just drop them. Just drop the eggs in the lightly boiling water. Let's do 3. So I dropped those in there, and those are gonna poach probably about, let's say 3 minutes for a soft. For exact times, just check the description in case I'm saying the wrong things right now. My poached eggs are ready, and I'm just using my slotted spoon to get these out of here. And what you're looking for is a completely set egg white, runny yolk. And that is a poached egg. Do you ever eat Eggs Benedict? Do you know what that is? That's the egg dish that's paying for your college tuition? No? Okay. It's, you really don't know? Oh my God. Do you not look at any of our social media? All right, I'll let you in on a little secret. When I first opened the restaurant, a breakfast restaurant, I'd never actually worked an egg station before, and I thought, no big deal. And that first day, I thought I was gonna have a nervous breakdown because none of my pans were non-stick, and I could not make an over easy egg to save my life. And I'm still not even that great at it, so let's do this.